What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Ibernight here, and I've got another video for you guys. I promised you I would have a not predictions, not a update on the actual game for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, but my picks for what I think would be well implemented characters into the roster, as well as stages and other Mega Ultras. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So we're on the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid website right now, and what I want to do is go ahead and we'll start off. My first pick for a character that makes sense, that's both been in the universe of the series as well as in the comics, is Jen Scott, Pink TimeForce Ranger. Why? Because she is an integral part to any story implementation for time travel, for getting things taken care of in the multiverse and the universe of the story. So that's one pick, guys. And you know, she'd have unique gameplay because no one else has two sabers, Chrono Sabers, and also the way that she fights is very militaristic and unique as well. My second pick is the Sabertooth Enforcer, aka the Sabertooth Sentry, aka Trini Quan, second in command to Lord Draken's army. Why? Because this will give us a lot of good skin potential for the game. In addition, also just the way that she plays with the quick saber daggers that are downward striking, or down facing blades rather. It could be a character that could balance out the speed of Cat Manx in the game. So that would be one benefit overall, as well as to give us more villains in the game, because currently we have what, 3 villains: Goldar, Mastodon, Sentry, and Lord Draken. But yeah, I think that would be good for skin potential as well, giving a possibility for maybe even the Black Dragon armor for Trini Quan, in addition to MMPR Yellow. My third pick, Eugene Skullovitch, aka the Undercover Agent, aka Tyrannosaurus Sentry. Why? Gotta have some bulk or skull, one or the other in the game. It just makes sense. Plus, it's more of the world of the Coinless. So, yeah, that just, it's something that I feel they need to have a good balance of comic characters that have also been implemented before Beyond the Grid as well. That's just one of those characters to me that I want personally, other than, you know, Sabertooth Sentry. Next character, Ari, Solar Ranger. Gotta be in there somewhere, in DLC even. Post-launch, we need Ari, because then that opens up more skins for other characters that could be in the game. Not to mention, nobody else fights like Ari. Nobody. It's just, imagine just how good the character's model could look in the game engine. That's just insane to me. I mean, yeah. Gotta have Ari. Next, I already made mention of it. The Black Dragon armor, Trini Quan, as an alternate skin. Haeckel. Gotta have Haeckel if we're doing anything involving Beyond the Grid along those type of same storylines, as well as it would give us another skin for the character with Ari in the game. Not to mention, we need some sort of other universes for Dino Charge and the multiverses otherwise that aren't in the main or in the world of the Coinless. I mean, nobody fights like Dark Ranger at all. Boomerang, Talon Blade, whatever you want to call it. Next, JJ. This is the only character in relation to Tommy Oliver I care about, because Soul of the Dragon was an amazing graphic novel, and he's an SPD character. That's just, it says it all right there. The end. JJ or nothing. DLC. That's all I'm asking for. Give me DLC for him. I'll be fine. It's just, it's JJ. Gotta do it for JJ. Alright, guys. Next character. Trek for a Supersonic Ranger and a skin for Green Psycho Ranger. Why? Because it's one of the few characters that, other than Tommy, that you could have a skin that's evil and good. Just completely changing the character's design. I mean, Trek is an awesome character as far as the way he's written as well in the comics. He does have a very interesting fighting style, but I wouldn't say he's very unique. Next, for another villain, Scorpina. She's been in the comics as well as in the series. Yes, it is an MMPR character, but it is a staple character. She has very unique fighting styles, not just style, and she could have skins for her transformation to her monster form as well. My next, Korrag. Why? Because we have a stage in the game for Mystic Forest, so it's either going to be Korrag or it's going to be Udana. I don't see them giving us Solar Ranger because he's not even implemented in the Legacy Wars yet. Keyword yet. Maybe we'll get him later. But if I see them giving us a Mystic Force character out of the base roster before DLC, because there's a stage for the character. And, you know, Sword and Shield is very unique to fight with. So that gives us a lot of mobility. Interchanges with different things that can have counter defensive effectiveness. Like if he can change stances and fight with fist and shield, or he can pull the sword out of the shield and put the shield away, or keep the shield out, you know. It gives a lot of variety that could be depth in the game based on your specials with a different button or something to activate. New stage. I really, really, really want Promethea. It makes sense. Promethea would be a great setup because that's where the whole Beyond the Grid Rangers, they are the Promethea Rangers. So, why not? And a new Mega Ultra. GraveZord. Kimberly needs her Zord. Ranger Slayer needs her Zord. And this is the Oberus, coolest looking Zord ever made. Even if it is crap together. Looks more like a Digimon than a Megazord. But I don't care. Because it's awesome. Enough said on that. Other than that, guys, I wanted to talk about some other implementations that they could do with the game if they give us more functionality for the match and add to it post-launch, to where I've always been a fan of Guilty Gear, where it has its tension mechanic that you can use and utilize for an all or nothing one hit kill. So if we had that whenever we're down to our last character, that would be amazing. To where it could be like an ultra combo team up attack, or it could be the last person in the team that just does a finishing move, like a battleizer, a power-up move or mode, where they could call it the power bar. You know, that way you use so much and you are able to get like new powers, or you know, pull out your team weapon for your team. Not just a battleizer, but like you know, you had the morph cannon and things like that, to where you could have a finishing maneuver that's partially cinematic. That makes a lot of sense to me. It would be a really cool implementation. Yes, it does require in-game engine animations, but I mean, they already give us some things. Just make it unblockable if it's hit. If you can pull it off, make it either a certain distance you have to be, or make it unblockable. Like if the first hit connects or something, then the whole thing would hit. I really would like to see delayed hyper combo, or delayed team combos, or team combo attacks, to where it's not just tagging, but it's super tagging, and that you would have a super bar for each character and not a shared team super bar. That way you would be able to do and pull off a type of team hyper combo from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Other than that, I think that having the ability to do a delayed or a one after another super, or having ultimate attacks that are like finishing combos, similar to how Killer Instinct does, that would be an interesting mechanic as well. I would really like to see them take the full advantage of the engine, Unity 2019, and implement some sort of battle damage to the stages, debris damage, or debris that happens with any type of Megazord, Mega Ultra impacts, or any kind of a hit spark attacks on the suits that would cause a burn damage. Like you could visibly see where you had been hit on the suits. It doesn't have to be any time before launch. I'm thinking after season 1. You know, something implemented after the game has proven itself, has a revenue span that it's proven to be able to make money, and that people want it, and that it's getting continued support from the community as well as the developers, and it could even pick up publishers at that point for being able to have a physical version release on the consoles. As I've already said before, I don't plan on purchasing the game on the Switch until it has a physical version available, because I can already see the install size being larger than what I care to download something on the Switch. I've got it pre-ordered for PC Steam and for Xbox One, and I hope that they will implement a 4K high-resolution textures and a stable high frame rate for the Xbox One X to be able to support either or both. Have maybe like an extra lighting effect layer, or you know, glisten effects or things like that, where that you have speed trails and things. Not motion blur. Motion blur is sickening. It's the worst thing in the world. But actual, like, streak effect, where that you can see an after image of where your character was to where they are. Kind of like what you would get in Tron, where that you have a teleport move. You don't have motion blur with a teleport. You have an after image remaining where the character was. So yeah, that's just a few of my thoughts on the game as far as where it currently is. 5 stages is not bad to start with, and currently having 9 characters unveiled, pretty hype. We got to see Ranger Slayer tonight. There's a lot of good footage. She's probably going to be one of my mains, along with Mastodon Sentry, and then an unknown character, currently unrevealed character, because I don't see myself playing very much of any of the other characters. It's not that I don't care for their play style, I don't care for the characters that they are. But we need a Blue Ranger in the game. I think that having all the colors represented in the game would make a huge impact for... I mean, blue is the color of one of the Morphin Grid areas in the stage or in the character select screen. You have red and you have blue, so it makes sense that you would have a Blue Ranger of some sort. I'm kind of leaning towards the Aquitar Alien Ranger blue, just because they had a decent impact in the comic story as well. But yeah, guys, sound off below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Post any of your suggestions, what you agree with, what you don't agree with what I have. And I know people are going to have their comments. Just remember to keep it family friendly. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you later. Cyber Knight signing off. Take care.